Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Wilfrid Laurier University's 2023 Spring Convocation. The ceremony will begin in a few minutes when the graduating students enter the auditorium. Please remain seated when the students are entering. When all of the students have taken their places, there will be a brief pause. Then the music will continue and the officers and faculty of the university will take their place. Please rise as you are able and remain standing when the official party enters and comes onto the stage. I'd also like to draw your attention to the 4 exits that are located on the lower level and 2 that are on the upper level on the balcony. If it becomes necessary to clear the auditorium during the ceremony, the volunteers, like myself, will assist you to those exits. We trust that you will enjoy this convocation ceremony. Thank you.
afternoon, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2023. I am Eileen Mercier, Chancellor of Wilfrid Laurier University. Convocation is now in session. Please be seated. Laurier's Waterloo and Brantford campuses are located on the shared traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. This land is part of the Dish with One Spoon Treaty between the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples and symbolizes the agreement to share, protect our resources, and not to engage in conflict. Wilfrid Laurier's campuses are close to 18 First Nations communities and 12 Métis councils. So we strive to improve our relationship with the land and people with whom we share it. Acknowledging them reminds us of our important connection to this land where we live, learn, and work. We recognize, honor, and respect these nations as the traditional stewards since time immemorial of the lands and water on which Laurier is now present. We are grateful to hold this convocation ceremony on these lands today. As Chancellor, it is my honor and pleasure to be the one to confer upon you the degrees and diplomas which you have earned while here at Laurier. It is truly wonderful that we are back to celebrating convocation as we did before the pandemic. We are all so proud of you, who had to endure much in order to complete your studies. The pandemic affected all studies to some degree, but my heart goes out to those of you who began your undergraduate degree in 2019. You hardly had a chance to adjust to university life before it was all taken away. We applaud your tenacity and resilience and congratulate you on your accomplishment. One would be forgiven for being a bit depressed at the fact that there is so much news these days that is not good. Not good for people and not good for the planet. However, when I look out at the audience today, I am once again struck by the fact that education is the single most important tool we have for changing the world for the better. In a world where provable truth, goodness, thoughtfulness, and care for the welfare of others seems harder than ever to find, you who have had the privilege of a fine and rigorous education have a responsibility to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but for the benefit of others. We are so fortunate in Canada where we are able to debate the truth and relevance of any fact, criticize our government if it needs it, work for change, and challenge the status quo. There are many countries where this is not true, and it seems that there are more of those than ever before. There are millions of children who get no education at all, especially girls. This we all have to work to change. Challenging those who would have power over us is a dangerous business in many places. It is not so here, as long as it is done within our legal framework. And if new legislation is needed, there are ways to work to influence that as well. Knowing what or whom to trust is not simple. The debate over artificial intelligence brings that sharply into focus. It could be enormously beneficial in, for instance, eliminating the time spent on routine, repetitive tasks, or speeding up the time to find cures for intractable diseases. It could also lead us into believing things that are either not true at all or biased in subtle ways that produce bad outcomes. You have been trained to analyze and question in ways that many have not had the opportunity to do. Work hard to use what you have learned to bring out the best of these new technologies and reject that which is harmful. This will be the legacy of your generation. Separating fact from fiction is becoming more difficult. There's an old saying about not believing everything you read in the newspaper. However, the idea that media, whether delivered over television, in print, or social media outlets, sets out deliberately to spread lies and misinformation is a new phenomenon, and one which we need to fight against with every breath. Again, use those skills that you learned here, whether scientific, statistical, or cultural, to dig deep to find the truth and spread that word. Then once you have decided whom or what to trust, be loyal to those people, to that cause, to that field of study or work. Loyalty is underrated. You have received a wonderful education here as Laurier, as did I. Next year, it will be 60 years since I arrived here, a naive but eager 17-year-old. This university gave me so much that I am now happy to give back. I urge you to do the same. Stay close to the friends you have made here, to the faculty that nurtured you, and to the institution as a whole. If you want help with your choices of career or life, there are lots of people here eager to help you. And now, go out and make yourself, your family, and your university proud. Congratulations to you all. Stay forever golden. I would now like to welcome Dr. Deborah McClatchy, President and Vice Chancellor, to bring greetings.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. Before we move ahead with today's proceedings, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce some of our colleagues who are participating in today's ceremony. Joining me on stage is our beadle who carried the mason today, Dr. Scott Gallimore, Dr. Sophie LaChapelle, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, and Jennifer Casey, Registrar and AVP Enrollment Services, who will be hooding our graduates. Welcome to our graduands and all of your supporters who are here with us today to celebrate. Congratulations on this remarkable achievement. Graduating from university is a significant accomplishment, and this commencement marks a new chapter in your lives. In the coming years, my hope is that you approach every opportunity and challenge you meet on your journey fully engaged and with a spirit of community, and that you will undergo continued remarkable change and growth as you have experienced during your time at Laurier. Humanity is facing complex and interconnected challenges, which will require community-minded citizens who aren't afraid to strike out, challenge old assumptions, and put forward new ideas. You will find yourselves called on to address difficult challenges in both your personal and professional lives, situations where there are varying degrees of solutions, perhaps conflicting paths forward, and maybe no true right answer. Life, after all, isn't a multiple choice test. When that happens, let your actions and decisions be guided by not only what you have learned at Laurier, but also the people around you and your full life experience. I urge you to embrace the spirit of community, as it will shape your values and have positive impact. This will help you create a world in which you want to live, one which can be transformed through engagement with your words and your deeds. Why am I so confident that you can accomplish all of this? Because today we're recognizing everything you have already achieved at Laurier. I know that you will find success and make a difference and have impact in your piece of the world, because I see evidence of this every day from our students. In the Faculty of Arts, students in Communication and Cultural Studies are engaged in research to enhance our understanding of media and culture, of critical importance in an era that has been defined by misinformation and disinformation. Across the Faculty of Arts, students are engaged in partnerships, applying the skills and knowledge they've learned in their coursework to help local organizations in need of innovative talent. The Faculty of Arts is also home to one of Laurier's most significant student-led initiatives, the International Students Overcoming War, or ISO project. This initiative, which our student body elected to support through a student fee, supports students overcoming war to come to study at Laurier. This program has become a global model, and this year the students hosted an international conference here on campus with delegates from around the world. This is something for everyone to be proud about across the Faculty of Arts and the university. More than ever, humanity needs bold vision, fresh perspectives, and empathy. And from what I've seen from the past year here at Laurier, this group of graduates already has all of that. They don't need to convocate today to begin having impact. They have already experienced and contributed to transformative change here at Laurier and in our communities. Take this Laurier spirit with you into the world by forging new communities and continuing to be fully engaged. The world needs more Laurier. Today, graduates, we are here to celebrate all of your achievements. I'd also like to recognize your family members, your friends, the faculty and staff here at Laurier, and all your other supporters who have helped you reach this moment. I know they have played an integral role on this journey, supporting you through the many ups and downs. So please join me, graduates, in a special round of applause to recognize the community of your family, your friends, faculty and staff who've supported you, allowing you to reach today's monumental achievement. Best wishes to all of you for your future endeavors. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor now of presenting Dr. Jenna Hennebrey, this year's University Research Professor recipient. And I now ask that Dr. Jonathan Newman, our Vice President of Research, come to the podium to read the citation.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, guests, graduates, it's my pleasure to introduce one of Laurier's University Research Professors for 2023-24, Dr. Jenna Hennebrey. Dr. Hennebrey is a cross-appointed professor in the Department of Communication Studies and the Balsillie School of International Affairs. Currently, she is also Associate Dean in the School of International Policy and Governance, and she is the Program Coordinator of Women and Gender Studies in the Faculty of Arts. Dr. Hennebrey began her career at Laurier in 2003 and earned her PhD in philosophy from Western University in 2006. Dr. Hennebrey is recognized internationally as a leading scholar and prominent expert on international migration, migrant labor, and gender equity. Her research is impactful not only because it comprises over 90 research outputs in English and Spanish, but she is also the principal investigator on 21 grants totaling more than $1.5 million, and the collaborator and co-investigator on an additional 20 grants totaling $8 million in research funding. Dr. Hennebrey's research facilitates productive exchanges between academics, policymakers, and governments to advance human rights and international migrants, especially women. Dr. Hennebrey's research funding success, commitment to research collaboration, and research-informed pedagogy have resulted in significant training of quality and mentorship opportunities for numerous students in undergraduate and graduate programs in the departments of Communication Studies, Sociology, International Public Policy Program, and the PhD in Global Governance. She has employed and trained 25 Master of Arts and PhD level students through funded research, 2 MyTax fellowship students from Mexico, 10 visiting fellows from the Universidad de Chipinango, I probably didn't get that right, but sorry, Mexico, and the Emerging Leaders of the Americas program, visiting scholar from Mexico, and 2 European Union visiting scholars. She has co-authored research publications and co-presented at conferences with over 24 graduate students and emerging scholars. Dr. Hennebrey's approach to research is embedded in an inclusive acumen that challenges systemic barriers, works towards enhanced citizen rights, and fosters structural and institutional change. Her commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion principles is exemplified by her role by her research focus on human rights for international migrants. This commitment is further exemplified by the training and educational development that Jenna leads on how to do research with vulnerable and marginalized research participants. Dr. Henneby's career is epitomized by leadership that is evident in the founding of the Gender Plus Migration Hub, the co-founding of the International Migration Research Center, and co-founding of the Migrant Worker Health Project. Alongside her current roles as Associate Dean and Program Head, Dr. Henneby has held numerous leadership positions, including as Chair of the Waterloo Region Migrant Worker Coalition and Expert Advisor to the International Organization for Migration. The University Research Professor Award recognizes exceptional mid to late career faculty members who have made significant and impactful contributions to society and their field of scholarship. The award provides a $10,000 research grant and a 2-course remission for the academic year to enable the professor to advance a major program of research. Dr. Henneby is an outstanding activist scholar and a reliable mentor to students and research trainees. Her international research and productive partnerships have enhanced Laurier's research reputation. Please join me in recognizing and congratulating Dr. Jenna Henneby as University Research Professor for 2023-2024.
Good afternoon. My name is Ivan Joseph, and I serve as the Vice President, Student Affairs here at Laurier. I have the privilege of acknowledging a posthumous degree recipient and their family at today's convocation. A posthumous degree is awarded to a student who passes away before all their degree requirements have been fulfilled. At Laurier, the friends and families of these students are eligible for a posthumous degree. They are invited to convocation to celebrate the academic achievements of their loved ones. At today's convocation, I'm honored to read a short message about our candidate, recipient Jessica Wiles. I'll then invite Jessica's family, a representative of them, to come up here on stage and walk across to accept the degree on their behalf. There's a short message I'm going to read here that's been prepared to give you an idea of who Jessica was. From an early age, Jessica Wiles was an avid animal lover. Much of her childhood was spent on the barn, either riding or simply caring for horses. It was not an unusual sight to see Jessie on the back of a horse with a massive grin on her face. Many of the friendships she has today are cultivated and fostered through her love of animals and Jessie's compassion. Jessie also had an intense passion for the environment. Despite the tremendous hard work and sacrifice, Jessie spent not one, but 2 seasons of tree planting in British Columbia, cultivating friendships and creating a better planet. In her final year at Laurier, Jessie had proven herself to be a talented and enthusiastic writer. She had dedicated her studies to journalism and had recently been published for a 3rd time, sharing her thought-provoking insights on the evolution of poetry and Instagram. Jessie was a fun-loving, spunky young woman who was loved by all. For those who knew her, you may recall her unrivaled will, her fierce determination, and multiple hair colors. They told me purple, red, any color, the rainbow was hers. She had a witty attitude and self-confidence beyond her years. Please join me in welcoming Jessica's family, who will be accompanied on us on stage to celebrate and honor her academic achievements. Wild family.
It's now time to begin the conferral of our degrees. Will all those who are here to receive degrees and diplomas please rise as you are able? Madam Chancellor, I take great pleasure in presenting those who have successfully completed the studies prescribed, fulfilled all the conditions thereto appointed, and been recommended for degrees and diplomas by the Senate of the University.
In accordance with the laws of the Province of Ontario and by virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I admit you to the degrees and diplomas as shall be announced by the presenters. Graduates, the marshals will now instruct you row by row to begin making your way backstage.
My name is Dr. Gavin Brockett, and I am the Vice Dean in the Faculty of Arts. And I have the privilege of reading the names of our talented graduates today. This is an exciting day for all of us, and we take pride in the accomplishments of all of our graduates. We welcome your applause to acknowledge the graduates and to show how proud you are of them. Graduates, you're asked to remain in your seats until all fellow graduates have received their degrees and convocation is completed. Madam Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the following for the degree of Master of Arts in the Faculty of Arts. Lucas Todd, Gulekas. Alana Kaur MacDonald. Anisha Mistry. Eke Shi. Madam Chancellor, I am pleased to pronounce the following for the degree of the Bachelor of Arts Honours Program for the Faculty of Arts. Zaina Abdurrahman. Cole Alexander Aiken. Shana Haley Aleman. Danielle Francis Louise Alonso. Morgan Andrews. Amelia Annie Harlan. Caitlin Vivian Oyung. Victoria May Berry. Liam Barwell. Christopher Matthew Bell. Megan Elizabeth Bradley. Morgan Dorothy Brown. Nicholas Eric Bugden. Brandon Bullock. Shane Isaac Bulwa. Emma Nicole Burrows. Jennifer Can. Brandon Vincent Chow. Haley Madison Cole. Michael Patrick Collins. Justin Kuto. Gabrielle Ramona Krevich. Jonathan Crampton. Jennifer Ann Cunliffe. Eve Margaret Louise Curtis. Olivia Matilde Custodio. Cristina Maria Diamantoros. Annie Audrey Early. Larissa Heather Falardo. Marina Fernandez Florendo. Florencio, sorry. Teja Garrido. Rachel Emma Genovese. Dylan Andrew Gowanlock. Ethan Tate Wood Guevara. Jessica Nicole Hardy. Colby Edward Harrison. Jameson Catherine Hawes. Taylor Alice Holmes. Robin Drew Hotchkiss. Ben Corriveau Hudson. Madison Victoria Iovino. Jenny Ju. Mutoni Raya Kabalisa. Anahita Sarah Kavianpur. Krishanu Kitan Khandakar. Kelby Lynn Kanut. Austin Brian Lacouvi. Olivia Lambrini Laftsidis. Owen Jeffrey Lane. Lucy Lee. Jenna Olivia Leclerc. Nicole Claire McFarland. Jane Elizabeth McAvan. Anastasia McConville. Alyssa Jean McGarity. Connor James McLeod. Maya Men. Grace Cameron Murakami. Stephanie Rebecca O'Brien. Isabel Florence Johanna O'Neill. Catherine Jean O'Reilly. Ava Anila O'Toole. Kyla Pahe. Elizabeth Kyra Papadopoulos. Megan Julia Paul. Kyla Pelly. Trevor Michael Randorf. Jackson Rollin. Gabrielle Sebastian Rigo. Olivia Rain Thompson Rayo. Alexandra Taylor Remling. Janan Roden. Jake Lennox Ryback. Kieran India Sabine Sagar. Jessica Elizabeth Sawyer. Olivia Rain Schuster. Catherine Ann Schwint. Simone Sierra Shanks. Pooja Sharma. Benjamin Shaw. Katrina Audrey Jean Smith. Marshall Isaiah Smith. Kyle Sons. Annabelle Sarah Spina. Elise Nicole Stirpe. Victoria Rosina Strange. Jasmine Sue. Shofana Sondara Morty. Avery Teal. Laura Joan Thompson. James Robert Francis Thompson. Catherine Emily Topping. Caitlin Tusaw. Spencer Vincent Tron. Haley Reese Tripodi. Anna Turninich. Angelina Alisa Viliani. Madeline Violi. Gregory Philip Weir. Megan Yamamoto. Kelly Young. Madam Chancellor, this ends the list of those presented for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours Program from the Faculty of Arts. Madam Chancellor, I am pleased to present the following for the degree of Bachelor of Arts from the Faculty of Arts. Shazeen Amir. Lauren Taylor Margaret Baird. Danelle Linda Barron. Evan Mark Davidson. Charmaine Imoniti Ehe Akatu. Nicole Annette Felsen-Loben. Jordan David Glynn Williams. Alinda Miriam Muhwezi. Erica Simone Machado Rodriguez. Eileen Sheikh. Matthew Spina. Cayman Joseph Tome. Kenzie Windwick. Madam Chancellor, this ends the list of those presented for the degree of Bachelor of Arts from the Faculty of Arts. Madam Chancellor, I am pleased to present the following for the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program from the Faculty of Arts. Sazia Ahmed. Maxwell Aliogenna. Alyssa Marie Andrews. Catherine Dawn Bartlett. Carter James Stewart Bowie. Connor Brown. Samantha Rose Casey. Julia Caroline Searches. Aiden Alexander Chalmers. Melanie Chan. Yash Jagat Chokshi. Simon McClarty Cornett. Brenna Idalina Costa. Emily Allison Cullen. Grant Ethan Cushion. Daniel Alexander Groom Davidson. Ada Demirci. Matthew Dudziak. Kelsey Dunsmore. Serivan Özgür Erkulsun. No, you go there. Brett Olivier Farnfield. Onyin Fui Williams. Devonshire Gallivan. Trusha Ganes Hellingam. Hossein Rafsan Ghazi. Kendra Nicole Gow. Cassidy Hall. Antoinette Patricia Halpin. Shannon Brooke Hassard DeMarco. Brittany Danielle Holung. Jordan Joseph Iaboni. Stephen Henry Julian. Hannah Lynn Kay. Sana Khan. Jocelyn Billy Rose Kula. Samantha Elizabeth Mosland. Stephen David McLean. Larissa Zofia McFadden. Emma Rose Maharik. Kike Meng. Abigail Rebecca Miller. Madison Victoria Mondale. Hannah James Marino. Taylor Ellen Marie Mullen. Morgan Shoshana Obadiah. Mridul Pahwa. Brendan Daniel Patrick. Danica Petrovich. Hui Chin. Ethan Perry Richmond. Alexia Zoe Robinson. Amanda Rock. Matthew Joseph Romaniuk. Sarah Richewski. Jordan Emmanuel Sager. Raven Louise Samuels. Kush Shah. Declan Sharkey. Brahmdeep Singh. Harkaran Singh. Abby Smallwood. Carter Hamlin Smith. Ryan Scott Smith. Hannah Olivia Thomas. Vanessa Ann Vayo. Chao Huang. Yize Ada Wang. Paige Whibbs. Elliot Gordon Windmill. Katrina Stephanie Wood. Ella Woods. Catherine Wu Wu. Philip Jovo Zekovic. Yanchao Zhao. Tianyu Zhao. Andrew Zuliani. Madam Chancellor, this ends the list of those presented for degrees from the Faculty of Arts.
When the parents are more excited than the graduates, I think some people are moving out of the basement, even if they don't know that. Congratulations. Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I request you confer degrees in absentia to the eligible candidates who are unable to be present today.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer degrees in absentia to the eligible candidates who were not able to be with us today. I would now like to present the celebratory alumni welcome video made for the class of 2023 by the Wilfrid Laurier University Alumni Association.
Congratulations! You did it! You're a Laurier grad, and now you can look back with pride and look to your future with excitement. Today isn't just about receiving your degree. It's also about celebrating the journey you took to get here. It's about remembering your first day on campus, your first Laurier friend, your first class. It's about thinking back on those late night study sessions, your favorite profs, and all the memories you made here. It's about the times you faced new challenges and pushed through. It's about how much you grew and how much you learned. It wasn't always easy, but you did it. You've earned this moment. Enjoy it and be proud of all you've achieved. And while your journey is far from over, remember, no matter where you go or what the future brings, you are a Golden Hawk for life. You are alumni for life. You are Laurier for life. Stay connected, stay involved, and most of all,
Stay golden.
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 Thank you to the Alumni Association for providing that celebratory and inspirational message. I now invite recent Laurier music graduate Ben Wallace to the stage to lead us in the singing of our national anthem. Please rise as you are able.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Ben. Following the ceremony, everyone is invited to take photographs and commemorate this special occasion in the atrium. Congratulations once again to all our graduates, and thank you all for joining us today. Please remain at your seats until the recessional is complete. Convocation is dismissed.